it's Hayley from Snazzy Scrappin'. I'm one of the design team, and I'm going to show you today how we're going to use our Slimline Ornate Tag die, the largest one, to make a little gift. So this one's just got a sticky note pad in it, makes a lovely little gift. So we need to start off with some double-sided paper. So this one is from the lovely Blue Meadows paper set, and our die. So I'm just going to move things out of the way. Bring in my trusty old cutter bug. And some of you have been asking, how do I cut the long slimline dies with my die cutter? So similar to all of the die cuts machines, this one obviously is my cuddle bug. So starting off with your paper and your die. Now, one thing to remember is if you've got a double-sided paper, try and make it so it doesn't really matter which way your pattern goes. If it's a pattern that needs to go up the right way, just make sure that it is facing the right way when you're folding. So this one, I want it to be the right way up this way. So just positioning it so it's right. So then put it in your die, on your cuddle bug, sorry, or your die cutting machine. And what I do is just, I've got some old washi tape or a bit of blue painter's tape, and you can see I've used it and used it and used it. It's all very grotty, so it's not so sticky and it's not going to wreck your paper. And I just keep sticking them back on and reusing them every time. So I stick my die to my paper. So just remember not to stick your paper to your plate. So we want to stick our die to our paper. So I normally just put one on both sides, top and bottom, and just make sure it's stuck lightly. And then start with your die down from the top a little bit so your machine can grab it easily with your sandwich. And again, position it off to one side, because a lot of us have a habit of putting everything in the middle, and that's what makes our plates warp. So always a good option to move your dies around each time you cut them. So again, down from the top a little bit, and you can see that it is hanging out. So I'm just cutting this one first, so running it through on the first cut. And for those that are new, yes, all the crunching and cracking is normal. I think we all had a fit when we first ran it through. So then I just carefully lift it up. You can see that paper lifted a little bit there, so I'm just sticking it down again and just moving it back up again. So now the bottom is in. And what I do is I spin it around and I again run it through where that die is not, so again the machine grabs easily. And running through. And you can see it's a nice cut. So I'll put that out of the way. And then just carefully with your tape, remove the tape and stick it back on your machine for next time. Now let's put all that out of the way for you. So here we go, left with our nice tag. And then we need to score it to make up our little folded gift pack. So again, I know we all have different scoring boards, and mine is in inches, so bear with me when I convert them for you. So again, always make sure you're starting so your flat edges are up in the top corner of your scoreboard. Don't use this side because it's got the little cutouts and it could, warp a little bit or not be square. So put in that way. And I liked, and again, it's a contentious issue, I know, to when you're scoring and which way you're folding, but I like it to be folding away, so folding into the valley. So I put my pattern on the outside up. So we're starting off with 2 1/8 for our first score, which equates to about 5.5 centimetres. And I'll put all these in the comments when we post this up. And then 2 5/8. Here we go. Which equates to 6.7 centimetres. And the next one is 5 3/4, which is 14.6. And 6 1/4, which equates to 15.9. And that's all we need for our scoreboard. And I just like to edge my paper so we don't see that white edge. So just get a coordinating colour. Swipe your edges, just gets rid of that white line, blends it in a little bit more with your colour, around the tricky bits. And then we're just folding it in. So again, on those score lines, just fold them over. And that's pretty much done. How easy was that? So we just grab our sticky note pad, some glue on the back, just make sure you're getting up into the corners. And it is just the perfect size for the sticky note pads. Well designed, Michelle, I think. So then we just need some type of closure. So for this one, I'm just going to grab, I'll leave that there, my cuddle bag back in. Bear with me. And my plates. And so for this one, I just put a little sentiment on there. So depending on who you're giving it to and for what occasion, could be happy birthday or just a little picture or a flower. So for this one, I'm just going to use our sentiment dies, sentiment 2 dies. And I'm just going to cut out, if I can find it again, this little flower, which I thought was very cute. Got a bit of leaf and a bit of the blue in. So put them on our plate and run them through if I can find my top plate, which I've lost. Sorry about that. There it is, next to me. And then just stick them all together. So I like to use the double-sided foam just to lift it up a little bit off the surface. A couple of dots. Get my nails to work to get that off. And then line up our top one. And get our pad back in and work out where we're going to set it. So you can either go up and down or long ways. I think I'm going to go up and down, looks nice. And again, you can glue that directly on, or again use some foam just to stick that up again. So I'm going to put a couple of dots of foam again on the back. And then what I do with the last one is just a little bit of contrast down the bottom. So on this one, I had the nice paper, but unfortunately I've used this paper so much that I didn't have enough left over. So I thought I could use a little bit of gold and the blue on the bottom. Looked nice. So again, I'm a bit of a hack when it comes to this. I know some of you are measuring queens, but not me. So what I normally do is just put a little mark with my nail where I want it. And then the same with the other one, which I wanted about there, and then cut them out. Work out how long you want it. And again, of course, you could measure this quite with your ruler and do it properly. But like I said, I'm a bit of a hack when it comes to measuring. That one, and then this one as well. And then again, just because of the blue, we'll edge that one as well. Glue on the back. On there, a bit more glue on the back of that one, just in the corners, and across the middle. It's not doing much work, so it doesn't need to be too much glue on these things. We tend to always go overboard. So there we go. Now we just need the closure. So you could either just put a little glue dot in there. That's those ones that are just a tacky glue dot. Or I've just got a piece of magnet strip which I've been cutting down. So just wide enough to get some double-sided tape on the back. And I've just been reusing, you could glue that if you like, but just be mindful that your glue may move once you close your lid. So I'm just using the heavy duty red tape on the back. Another good tip is to burnish on your tapes when they're doing a heavy duty job. So you make sure your glue is sticking to your first surface. So either with your nail or get your bone folder and give it a burnish with that. So again, just another bit of tape for the second bit of magnet. So you could use your bone folder, just give that a rub over. The backing off. Sticking the two magnetic sides together so they're lined up. And then again, you can measure. Like I said, I'm a bit of a hack when it comes to that sort of thing. So I sort of guess where the middle is. Get rid of that piece of hair, which I can see under there. And make sure the top and bottom are square and stick them on. Bit of pressure. There you go. Little gift done. So there's two options with the Blue Meadow pack. This one I'll just put a little bit of gold ribbon on the inside, and you could of course write a little note on the first sticky note as you're giving it away for a gift. So really quite easy and quite simple. So this one is with the Christmas, a classic Christmas paper pack. Again, that would be nice. So we might just run through quickly again how easy it was with our scoreboard. Lining them up with our measurements. So 2 1/8, 2 5/8. Where are we there? 5 3/4. And 6 1/4. Again, I'll put all those measurements on. Fold them up. Pick out your sticky note pad. We might go green for Christmas. Stick him in. And then work out what all your sentiments and things are going to be. So you could use Christmas, Merry Christmas on the top, chopping it out, and a bit of contrast underneath. And I won't go through them because we're long enough on this one already. You can see how easy it is. So again, that was just using the Slim Ornate Tag set, which comes in a set of 3 on our Slimline Die section on the website. And these ones were the Sentiment 2 die set. Was that one? And the paper, this one was Blue Meadow paper pack, and this one is a classic Christmas paper pack. So there you go, there's our little, something a little bit different to card making, a little gift. Thank you.